Hey everybody, it is time for another bookstore treasure hunt. It has been a little while, but I found myself driving right past one today, so I thought I would stop and let's go in and spend a few minutes and see what we find. Nothing in the rare signed antiquarian section today, and there's nothing in the ultra rare valuable display area behind the register. So we'll go out to the regular stacks and see what regular kind of treasures await. On the off chance that this might be signed, you know the old joke about Joe Hill, it's harder to find an unsigned Joe Hill than it is to find a signed one. Yes, this does not appear to be signed. Anyway, nice copy of The Fireman. Let's check the copyright page. Yep, nice first edition of The Fireman for 15 bucks. Pretty cool. The Outsider. I know I've talked about this before, but the paperbacks were my intro into Stephen King, and this is one that I remember very well and have had multiple iterations of in my collection over the years. That cover image, it's one of the best in the Stephen King universe, in my opinion. This Signet paperback dust jacket artwork, or cover artwork for Night Shift, just absolutely iconic. I love it. So for nostalgic value, if nothing else, that one really catches my eye. Firestarter. So I always check, this is $5, I always check, because it is exceedingly difficult. Yep. I think I've only ever seen online, maybe a handful of times, maybe just 2 or 3 times, a first Signet paperback of Firestarter that actually has the number 1 in the number line. There's some kind of issue with the printing, and like all but a handful, as far as I know, all start with the number 2. So this is actually the first printing, but finding one. So if you're ever out and about and you see a Firestarter paperback, either in black or white, with this original cover image, always pick it up. Look at the number line. If it has a number 1, that's worth picking up, because that's pretty freaking rare, and paperbacks are not something that most people would consider to be overly collectible, but they can still have value. So I always check them out. All right, go over to the hardcover. Bunch of copies of the Tommyknockers. Red. The sort of rotted away gold. Another rotting away gold. This one's not so bad. And another gold. But none of those in particularly good shape, and not a particularly valuable nor attractive book, but it's an interesting one. It's hard to tell sometimes when you come in. There'll be just multiple copies of the most random thing, like the Tommyknockers. You just don't know. Nice plume paperback, Dark Tower. 5 copies of Doom McKee. So, as sometimes happens, no great treasures on the shelves today, but that's okay, because it's the potential, right? Every time you're about to walk into the bookstore, the potential is infinite. Any day you could walk in and there's just this unbelievable treasure. And Half Price Books is kind of crazy because sometimes they don't really know what they have. You'll find things that aren't very valuable that are dramatically overpriced, and things that are valuable that are priced for $10. So that only adds, like, in a way that if you went into your typical independent bookstore where the person just sold books exclusively and they were professional booksellers, they would know exactly what they had. And so you might walk in thinking, I'm going to get to see some really cool stuff, but I'm not going to get any amazing bargains. Because the bookseller would know enough not to let that happen. Half Price Books, they employ people, they pay them by the hour to just do this thing, and sometimes things get missed. But yeah, I am on a book fast. I'm still selling things off and reshifting or shifting my priorities, focusing on other things. But what I've told myself is, when I go to Half Price Books, if I see something that's amazing, I will share it. I will share it on the Facebook groups that I follow, and I'll tell them exactly what store, because you can call a Half Price Books and order something over the phone, and they will pack it up and they will ship it to you. And if it's valuable, and if you ask them really nicely, they may actually package it very well to get it to you safely. So anyway, that's my plan going forward. If I see something amazing, I will share it to at least help someone in the collecting community benefit from it. But that didn't happen today. It's totally okay. Anyway, I appreciate your time and your support of the channel. It really means a lot to me. I hope you're doing well, and until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye.